Hi guys, Brad Burnett with Data Ideologies here again. I'm a principal architect. I've been working in data AI and cloud technologies for about 19 years now. Spent the last 5 pretty heavily in Snowflake and just wanted to go over a few things with you guys today about copy into and using copy into's debug mode. So your load failed, don't guess. Make Snowflake tell you exactly which is the bad row fast. So let me walk you through what that kind of looks like. I'm going to set my roles and warehouse, stuff like that here. Same time, I'll say that I think there's a misconception that when copy fails, that you need to open the file and eyeball it. And that's not true. I think they've also improved the copy into feedback, so, as we'll see here. So I've just set my roles and checked them, query tag, clearing out my demo stage in case anything's there. I'm going to create a table with some simple values here, drop them in. You'll notice that this, of course, is not a number like the others above it. And then we're going to do this copy into here, into our table, and it's actually out of our table to unload a single CSV file. We'll list our demo stage and see that file sitting there. And then what we're going to do is create the failure, right? So notice this table was int string string. This one's int string. And it's the same fields. So we're going to create that table. And this one's going to fail when we try copy into, of course, because this oops value up here is not an integer. And so we run this, and here's where they've kind of improved it over time. You'll see that it says numeric value oops is not recognized, what file it's in, line, character, row, and stuff. But it's kind of bunched up here, right? So really the smarter way to do that still is to use validation mode return errors. So what this does is it doesn't load the file. It just checks if it can load the file and then returns errors to you, which is super useful. So we'll run this guy instead, and see, we'll get this nice clean output here. It's some of the same information, but we'll see that same numeric value, oops is not recognized, error, what file it is, lines, character, how many characters are in it, 4 for oops. The category is a conversion, right? It's trying to convert oops into a number. It's SQL state, column names, row number, and then here's the record just as a CSV. So much cleaner, and of course it can show us any number of errors, right? We were lucky with our copy into that it was only one error, so it could show us that one error, but this would actually show us all of the errors if it was a real file and it was larger and there were more than one error. So there's another solution you could implement if you wanted, but it will change the data, and that's to null bad values. So we'll do that here, right? Create a new table. And what we'll do is, this is the amount raw. So we're just leaving it as a string. And then we're going to do this try to number. So try to number will try to convert it to a number. And if it fails, it's going to replace that with a null. So of course, we'll expect that oops value to be a null value. So we'll do that real quick. We'll run this copy into. And we will select from our table here. And you'll see now that we have the exact same information we had earlier, right? Except this row 2 here is now, that was oops, is now going to be null when we convert to integer, and everything else will be the same. So key takeaway is use validation mode to debug fast, and then load with a try transform so your pipeline doesn't die on one bad load value. If your loads fail unpredictably, we can put in a standardized staging and validation quarantine bad rows pattern so that ingestion becomes boring in a good way. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.